Well, hello, a very warm welcome to you wherever you are for what looks as though it is going to be a crucial game in the group stages. It was always going to come down to this eventually. The margin for error has been removed and we deal with absolutes. What can happen here over a very short span will be definitive. The group stages have to lose some teams, and that is where these teams are focused. No doubt this will be a brilliant, unmissable game for the neutrals, but it is laced potentially with cruelty, as so often at this stage of the competition, because something has to give. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. So off we go then. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Tries to get it forward quickly. Battles to win it back. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Cuts it out.
Well, each team knows that they're still well below standard, and it's a question of which can find a way out.
It's a brilliant interception. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Oh, that's a fine challenge. There's a long ball. He's got options out wide. Chance to shoot! Oh, horrible miscue.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. And that's going to be a booking. Driven straight at the wall. Brought forward. What does he try from here? Hoists it forward. And it's half-time here. So another team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. So your views on the first half?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. The action has already resumed here.
At least there's always a plus side to a scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should, and it's going to take good imagination to break the deadlock here.
Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Forward it goes. Gets it, shoots! And he's found the net! The second half off to a spectacular start. Well, you've got to say the odds on him missing from there were very slim.
I just think it's clever positioning from clever movement, and when all of that is synchronised with the right pass, that's what happens.
Munich take the lead, landing the first significant blow in what is certainly a significant contest.
Well, that goal has got the whole stadium rocking here. This is exactly the kind of atmosphere the players should feed off now.
Tried to play it through.
Look, he's offering an apology to his teammate, who's clearly miffed at not being picked out despite making what looked like the right run.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for...
Has a hit! It's off target and by quite a way.
Still a cracking effort. Really looked like a man on a mission the way he went through on goal.
Munich have made a great start to the second half, and it's 1-0.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of need. Real chance! In it goes! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, you know, sometimes it pays off not to think too much about things, just put your foot through it, and that was a good example. Great contact, and the keeper had very little chance.
So here comes a substitution. A warm ovation on his way off, and that is the least he deserves.
I think he's put in a good shift, and their fans appreciate that. I think he can feel pretty happy with the contribution he's made.
Munich have a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Looks to clip it forward. And that'll go straight through to the keeper. Rapidly approaching the end. Leverkusen look as though they are set to go out. Looks to thread it through. Massive leap! Well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Leverkusen can make their change now with a break in play. It's going to be a double change then. Four extra minutes added on. That's a throw. And that will be the final act. Munich did it. Terrific team effort to satisfy both the boss and the fans. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Munich were very impressive here, Peter. The backbone of this team is so strong, and it proved to be the decisive area.
So, on the face of it, things look simple. If they want to make the knockout stages, this is all or nothing. 3 points needed, and should they fail to collect those points, they will be going home and staying there. It all makes this very tense, really, for some, unbearable. The stress levels particularly high, but for those of us who are neutral, myself included, it is utterly compelling, and that is how it should be. This place simply a monument to the game. So much prestige, so much pride, so much passion whenever football is played here. Düsseldorf are utterly focused and determined. They know how much this means.
Well, Peter, there's good pressure and bad, but this leans very much to the former, and a big chance to take everything on a level. These players have to embrace and tackle the task ahead with the courage and confidence they've grown for a time like this. I expect them to swim and not sink, and they won't need a rubber ring here either.
So it's down to business here. Looks to clip it forward. He's had a goal! Babel. That'll go straight through to the keeper. Matthäus hoists it forward. Victory now would mean so much. Düsseldorf still holding out. That's offside. Yes, it is. Gets it upfield. Looking to break out here. Just brushed off the ball there. Has he picked him out? And he's there to cut it out. Well, that's where he wants it. Has a hit! Oh, it's gone in! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, I think that defence there thought they were in good position and they had him where they wanted, yet somehow he's worked the scoring position when it didn't see him on. It's really crafty business, that.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
Well, look, you've got to start your qualification process at some stage, Peter, and that goal is takeoff for them.
And that's been levered clear. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but it still had its moments. It ultimately produced just one goal. A very decent game up to now. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Düsseldorf have their sense of adventure and courage to thank for their advantage, but they're going to have to show some good game management now to get over the line.
Düsseldorf head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. So we're already into the second period. Düsseldorf just about have their noses in front. Out towards the flank. Gets up to head it! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
What an adventurous run from a defender. Defending of the desperate variety. Plays it out to the flank. Here comes a knock. In with a header! Is it in? Yes, it's an own goal!
Oh, it's an unusual turn of events, and it was an honest attempt to help out, and I suppose it can happen to anyone.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Oh, look, all I know is that they have to make the most of it now. It was a very fortunate break, and we'll see if they can use it as a springboard.
He's left his man. And it's played forward. Chance to break. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Mateus. Babel. Forward it goes. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. That looks a good ball. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Dinks one in. Played into space out wide. Cuts it out. Rapidly approaching the end. Düsseldorf are closing in on qualification for the knockout stage. Look at the defender bombing forward. Chance! Just off target.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Time for a change in personnel, so we have a double substitution going on here. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Mateus. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Oh, just see the thrill amongst the players. They have made it into the knockout stage. The end of the game. Reflections?
It was hard to see this coming, Peter. Supposedly the weakest team in the group, making it out alive at the expense of more illustrious opponents. No doubt this is one of the stories of the competition so far, and I just want to add that I wish them the best of luck from here.
Welcome everybody to our continued live coverage of these group stages. We have for you a game of great intrigue and indeed great consequence. The group's taking shape nicely now, and we're already seeing who is likely to make the knockout rounds. Are we to see another team become yet another statistic here, or somehow fight themselves out of a nasty predicament, avoid defeat and keep their hopes alive? It is time to focus, get on with the job, and see what transpires both here and indeed elsewhere. And this must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. And the list of names suggests that what we have in front of us here, Jim, is a 3-5-2 formation.
Well, this system, Peter, allows for a really expansive passing game. If your centre-backs can play, then you see lots of diagonal switches to the wing-backs, and it all makes for a stylish, attractive bundle. However, its biggest weakness are those gaps between centre-backs and wing-backs, and with quick enough movement from the opposition, that can cause lots of trouble.
And if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And here's the chance to counter. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Sticks in a foot to win it back. And that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Surely a shot. Still goalless at the moment. That's great strength on the ball. Well played, he saw that coming. Keeper sends it forward. Ball's come loose and the chase is on. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Until half-time, and it is still goalless. That is very well defended. No, that's not the ball he wanted. Rostock have a free kick. It is a fair distance from goal. I'm not sure if he'll have a go. And somehow it stayed out. And it's played forward. Out to the left it goes. It's gone a long way up and away. And it's half-time here. So both sides have drawn blanks and have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And the action has already resumed here. No score in the first half. Who's ready to go for it now? Just brushed off the ball there. Here comes the corner. Up to meet it! And that's caused a worry or two.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Goal is still. Either side really getting onto the front foot. He's got options out wide. It's a throw in. Gets it back. Played out to the right. Ah, now can they counter? Oh, real danger here. No question, that's a foul. Gets it back. Attempts to play it through. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He's got away. Could be thinking about a shot here. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Managed to get it away. Time for a change in personnel. Clear. It really is now or never. They need a goal however it comes.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Goes for the cross. Towering header! Good delivery, no joy. And the referee brings it to a close. And stalemate. One, if not for fans, then perhaps for coaches, satisfied by organisation and solidity. Little cutting edge at either end, and it finishes 0-0. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Rostock certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
Karlsruhe are on the cusp of making the knockout stage. Ever since the groups were announced, this is where they wanted to be, and indeed felt they ought to be. There is a sense of genuine theatre here. The loyal supporters hope it is all going to be wrapped up in the next couple of hours. 3 points will guarantee that they get their wish. So what a stage for the players to take to here ahead of such an important game. Karlsruhe are utterly focused and determined. They know how much this means.
Well, if they can't find the motivation required for this, they might as well pack it in, Peter. This is the type of defining game that can propel the status of the whole club into the kind of territory where it needs to take its game. While individual careers may be helped with good performances, this has to be about the collective. If that remains strong, everything else should fall nicely into place.
So we're up and running. Done very well to intervene. Has he picked him out? And the through ball is intercepted. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Has a hit! Is there any support? He might not need it. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
He's gone direct. It's anyone's ball.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
And it's played forward. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. A goal now would certainly liven things up. Ball's out on the left now. Into the box. Gets up to head it! Couldn't get the direction he needed.
I have to commend the wing play, but I have to condemn the defending. They've got to stop the cross.
Victory now would mean so much. A heavy challenge. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Away from immediate danger. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. So just 45 minutes to decide the fate of this group. So deadlock still as the second half begins. Tries to get it forward quickly. Great leap! There's a goal! The second half sparked straight into life. Just so calm under pressure.
Well, I think that defence there thought they were in good position and they had him where they wanted, yet somehow he's worked a scoring position when it didn't seem on. It's really crafty business, that.
Stuttgart have made their breakthrough, so can they build on it?
Well, look, you've got to start your qualification process at some stage, Peter, and that goal is takeoff for them.
Going through. Breaks on here. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Hoists it forward, plays it out to the flank. Chan goes for goal!
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Forward it goes. Finds him. The referee's awarded a free kick. Traub has a pop! Just off target.
Look, I'm sure he'll deny it, Peter, but the keeper didn't have that covered.
Schuster. Lofted into the middle. Timely intervention. Has a pop! So close to drawing level.
Well, the lead may be fragile, but the keeper was focused and strong. The defence did very well to be able to close him down in numbers like that. They basically suffocated his hopes.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. So not long left in this now. Karlsruhe have the look of condemned men. Elimination almost a certainty now. Shot a goal!
Stuttgart certainly don't need to overcommit now. Their priority lies further back.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Karlsruhe are out. Just not good enough. They've barely got a foothold in the competition before slipping out of it. They have fallen short and they are gone. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, it all came down to this, and they had to produce to ensure qualification, and they've not delivered. I think looking back over the campaign, have they given enough?
Bielefeld emerging for this crucial group game here. The tournament still in its relative infancy, but it is already developing into quite a spectacle, and that, of course, is what you expect from this, the greatest of all the tournaments. It has been terrific stuff so far, so let us hope that the trend continues here and now. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. Bielefeld have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the obvious standout in today's football in this system is that it provides you with extra presence in attack. With many shaky defences about, getting the right partnership in that department can pay rich dividends as long as there's a good early supply. So playing two strikers can be a real help to this team. I mean, 4-4-2 these days, Peter, gets a lot of criticism, but it's unfair. Any system can work if you've got the right players.
So off we go then. Tries to dink it in. And he's there to cut it out. Turns and goes. He's gone for it! Oh, what a wonderful stop!
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. Oh, no, that's not the ball he wanted. Going through, plays it out to the flank. Oh, sweet feet. Goes long. Played out to the right. Still goalless at the moment. Shoots! They score! First blood drawn. Finishing doesn't come simpler than that. Bang in front of goal.
Yeah, and teamwork was key to that. A beautiful piece of engineering to set him free in the box.
Bielefeld put themselves into the lead.
Still a fragile lead, though. They can't afford to sit on this.
It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Over to the left. Looks to thread it through. Could move up a gear here. Hit long and direct. Just goes for goal! They've done it! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. He was urged to shoot, and he duly delivered.
That's just a great finish, but it's down to very clever movement. You can see this has been obviously worked on the training ground. He knew exactly where he wanted the ball, and it all came good.
He's made it two, and no doubt he's hungry for more. Bielefeld take a 2-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition look completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first-half success with another show of strength?
Bielefeld sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. And the action is back on the way. No changes at the interval from either side. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Fuchs. What a ball! This has a pop! Their attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Goals ahead and looking comfortable. Gets wrestled off the ball. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Gelsenkirchen keeping their men at arm's length here.
Yeah, I just think it's a conservative move to deny runners the opportunity of going.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Going for goal!
Looking back on that, it was some save and potentially a big moment for the keeper and his team.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Just brushed off the ball there. Hoists it forward, and here's the chance to counter. That's good distance on it. Some good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Plays a clever pass. Fuchs. And that has been clubbed away. So that's it. It is all over. Manager heads down the tunnel, swathed in satisfaction. His team have carried out his instructions to the word, and they have got their win. Maybe somewhat what we've witnessed, Jim.
Well, it has to go down as a very disappointing campaign by not having a chance to qualify in their final group game. At least they go out on a positive, and they did restore some pride and dignity.
And so the prevalent question on everybody's mind ahead of the game here, will they make it out of the group stage? Well, the odds are very, very good on paper. A single point is all that they need, and they need no favours from anybody else. It is in their hands. The faithful has every right to expect, to believe, a feeling very much reflected in the pre-match atmosphere. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. Bochum lining up with a look of total focus. Eyes on the prize, which is way beyond these group stages.
Well, Peter, this is nothing to do with good fortune now. This team is here on merit, and if they can sustain their level of performance, it's hard to see anything other than the right conclusion to this group stage. However, and I have to address the other potential outcome and remind everyone that concentration has to be their best player for the duration, or else.
And already we're underway here. Oh, good interception. Hoists it forward. Ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. Tries to locate someone up front. And that'll go straight through to the keeper. A good deal hanging on what they can achieve here. A point will do. Played back in. Oh, that's a fine challenge. He's got options out wide. It's got through. Towering header! Oh, not the best of headers.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Keeper's ball. Bochum still to register a shot on target. And they've been caught out here. Oh, it's opened up nicely for him. That's gone a long way up and away. Goes for goal! And a second time! There it is! That was easy, almost too easy.
I just think it's clever positioning from clever movement, and when all of that is synchronised with the right pass, that's what happens.
Bochum have made their breakthrough, so can they build on it?
That's the way you go about things if you want to qualify. It's superb.
Chance! Deflected behind for a corner kick. Up to meet it! No attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Tries lifting it over. Looking for a corner. It's a goal kick. Looks to bypass the midfield. And we've reached half-time. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
Well, they showed glimpses of some wonderful football to go in with the lead at half-time, and that's definitely pleased the fans. I think they'll be looking to keep this intensity up now in the second half.
Bochum head into the dressing room, pleased with the thought that they have that all-important lead. Analysis to come during the break. So just 45 minutes to decide the fate of this group. Bochum just about have their noses in front. It's come, tries a shot! They've scored! 2 up and threatening to pull clear. Oh, high quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second. So here comes the substitution. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, at 1-0 this contest was still nicely poised, but now that it's gone to 2, mindsets are affected a lot more. Winning belief one way and that losing feeling the other.
And the counter is on. And it's played forward. He's made sure that that won't get through. Has a hit! He's pulled off a fine save.
He's very lucky to recover that, and he shouldn't have put himself in that position in the first place.
Help's available out wide. Oh, that's neat. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. Well weighted. Well read, he sorted that out. Chance to break. Tries to get it forward quickly. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. He's got options out wide. He's got away. Too long, and over the line. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Almost nothing left on the clock here. Bochum are closing in on qualification for the knockout stage. Tries to stroke it through. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Forward it goes. That's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Forward it goes. Cuts it out. Goes direct to the front line. And that's it. Bochum have booked their berth in the knockout stage. What a prospect for them. A job really well done so far. Well, how will we look back on that?
It's certainly doing it the hard way, Peter, but the most important thing is that the team got the job done. Getting through is all that mattered, and whatever tests came their way, they showed they were more than capable of dealing with it. An experience that can benefit them all in the longer term.
So we just await the arrival of the teams here in what is a crucial game. It appears to be a fairly safe place that they find themselves in. Very probably avoiding defeat will be sufficient to progress in the competition, and that is reflected in an air of optimism, indeed confidence swirling all over the place here. The mood is very, very good. This must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. Cologne lining up with a look of total focus. Eyes on the prize, which is way beyond these group stages.
To be perfectly honest, Peter, it would be a big surprise for them to slip up at this stage and not qualify now. Thinking about a point is potentially much more problematical than going after 3. We've seen many a team do that, and before you know it, they're getting it wrong. If they're true to themselves, I'm ready to back their chances.
So that's got things underway. Tries to dink it in. Cleared without complication. He's got options out wide. He's gone for it! Has a shot! And that's off target.
Well, his reaction to that was ultra-sharp, Peter. His anticipation is in fine working order.
Plays it out to the wing. It's got through to him. Cuts it out. Yet another to add to football's endless list of could-haves and should-haves.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
He's picked him out. And the shot! And that has been clubbed away. Oh, that's neat. He's made sure that that won't get through. And it's played forward. Effenberg. A good deal hanging on what they can achieve here. A point will do. Could try cutting inside here. And that's a throw-in. Loose ball, who's going to get that? Good ball, big chance! He's being closely tested here. Keeper's got good distance on that. Striding forward, facing... He's had a shot! Another chance! He's got it all! And right on half-time, that is telling. He was so alert to the possibilities there. Great stuff.
Look, there's only one player who merits all the praise for that. Not only did he finish it, but his instincts for being where he was are absolutely top-notch.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but Everton still had its moments. It ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, they showed glimpses of some wonderful football to go in with the lead at half-time, and that's definitely pleased the fans. I think they'll be looking to keep this intensity up now in the second half.
Cologne leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. If you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Mönchengladbach have a free kick. Going for goal! He's pulled off a fine save.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
They've played it short. It's come loose. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. The ball's come loose and the chase is on. Looks to clip it forward. He's got and the finish! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Chooses to go back. Hits one! And the ball's come out! Shoots! Away from immediate danger. This could spell danger. Oh, this looks promising. Got to make this count. Oh, he's not played the ball. That's a foul.
That's what has to be done now. No question about it.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Just has to be...
Shapes to shoot! Oh, and that should have been two.
Well, he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
Ah, now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Strong punch. Chance! Turns and goes back.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
And the weighted pass.
Mönchengladbach have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Mönchengladbach get it back again. Now has a hit! In for the follow-up! It is now or never. Time is against them. And that is that. Cologne have booked their berth in the knockout stage. What a prospect for them. A job really well done so far. The end of the game. Reflections?
It's certainly doing it the hard way, Peter, but the most important thing is that the team got the job done. Getting through is all that mattered, and whatever tests came their way, they showed they were more than capable of dealing with it, an experience that can benefit them all in the longer term.
So welcome one and all to our live coverage of the ongoing group stage here, the tournament making steady progress towards its knockout phase. We'll be ready to go once the final checks are carried out. We have a hugely expectant crowd here. We just hope that the game lives up to the atmosphere. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. The information we've been given is that they're going to go with a 3-5-2.
It's a setup that's been enjoying quite a renaissance in recent times, and one that complements the counter-attack very nicely, with 2 strikers, 2 wing-backs, and potentially 2 runners from central midfield. You can understand its attraction because it really can get the numbers into the opposition's box, and equally, it can get the numbers back into your own.
So it's away we go then. Goes long. Goalkeeper's ball. Zorc. Mola. Across the field it goes. The ball has crossed the line, and it's a throw. And through to the goalkeeper. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Hoists it forward.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game...
Real chance! And he's done it!
Looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
Freiburg take the lead.
Yeah, and they know there's plenty of work left in this one, Peter, before they can actually say that the job is over.
Heinrich. Timely intervention. Freiburg are enjoying this surprise lead. Danger averted for now. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Going for goal! Defending of the desperate variety. And that's sprayed out wide. And he's straight offside. Keeper sends it forward. Mola. Hardly anything between the sides, and the score is 1-0. Has a pop! quite meet it right. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but it still had its moments. It ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, that certainly pleased the fans, and the players are definitely happy with that scoreline. The question is now, can they protect it?
Freiburg happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. Here we go again. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Muller. Try as they might, they just couldn't get into an attacking area. Chapuisat. Dinks one in. Has a pop! And he can get that clear. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. Looking to break out here. Just brushed off the ball there. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Keeper's got good distance on that. Back into the middle. Oh, well played, he saw that coming. It's a loose ball. Dortmund desperately needs someone to hold up the ball here. That's a... He's gone for it! And he's cut it out. Good clearance and very necessary. Freiburg leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Reuter, minutes away from what would be a huge upset. And he has been fouled there, and he has shown him a yellow card. They're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. And that will be the final act. Freiburg win it by the only goal. Result, no question, the most important thing, however it came. Final score, 1-0. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, it has to go down as a very disappointing campaign by not having a chance to qualify in the final group game. At least they go out on a positive, and they did restore some pride and dignity.